Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poly channel. This video I want to share about Global Lab update for 16 August 2024 maintenance update. But be noticed, all content on this Global Lab video was recorded on Global Lab server. So this is all content that will update on our live server in future. And mostly all this update will implement on Korea live server next week maintenance update. And following outside Korea server if they already feel this content already ready to release outside Korea server globally. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, this is official website for Global Lab update at 16 August 2024. First feature update that they will implement is about class balancing. For some class got some fix and improvement for their skill combo either for Ranger, Wizard, and Ninja class. And for Nova class, there are some buff, especially for all damage reduction effect that previously have 15 point to become 20 point. And this buff will apply for these two skill. And they also just add plus 12 all AP buff for 10 second duration for this flow skill. And next for Dark Knight class also got some buff that they just changed the buff all damage reduction effect when successful hit target and replace it to become plus 10 all AP for 10 second for your Dark Knight character when using this skill. And then there are some adjustment for number of hit from this skill. And they also just buff PvE damage for this skill following on this table before and after this change. But PvP damage still nearly same because they also increasing PvP damage reduction rate for this skill. But they also just reduce cooldown for these two skill significantly and also add recovery HP and combat resource for this skill. And then for this skill they also just add plus 12 all AP for 10 second duration when you using this skill. And then for Dosa class, there are some additional skill that you can activate it by pressing Shift C. And this is preview for this skill. And this skill you can combo it using another skill when got update in future. And then Dosa class also got some buff, especially improvement for movement speed when using all this skill. And then for both of this skill, they just reduce cooldown from this skill from 3 or 4 seconds to become 2 seconds only. And then they just improve to activate this flow skill that you also can using spacebar after using another skill. Okay, next some improvement for Red Battlefield. In future, reward from Red Battlefield quest will be changed following on this table. And then number of combat XP that you will gain from winning or defeating after participating on Red Battlefield will be increased following on this table depend on your character level. And then if you got defeated from this Red Battlefield, they just change number of Red Battlefield seal to become 3 pieces. Okay, next about new content on Black Desert, and this is expansion for Dekia Lantern Monster Zone. First, they will add Dekia Lantern on Crescent Monster Zone that located at Valencia region. And you can activate this Dekia Lantern on this Crescent Temple by activating it on Crystal on some spot. And recommended AP on this Crescent Temple Dekia Lantern is 310 and 400 DP. And the main loot from this Crescent Temple Dekia Lantern, you can get Deboreka Ring and also Limbo Seal to enter Trial of Eretia. But surprisingly, they also just add this Deboreka Ring to can be dropped directly on this Crescent Shrine Dekia Lantern. And next, as they already mentioned previously, they will release Tier 2 Dekia Monster Zone. That's some preview I already show it on this video. And on this week Global Lab update, they just announced the second tier Dekia Lantern, especially on S4S. And on this tier 2 S4S Dekia Lantern, recommended AP is 340 and recommended DP is 420. And if you grinding on this monster zone, you will get Deboreka Necklace, new relic that they will introduce on this week Global Lab update, and also material to craft this special artifact. New artifact that I will show you on this video, and also new crystal that Prebis also just introduced on this week Global Lab update. And then the second tier 2 Dekia Lantern Monster Zone is Olun Valley. And recommended AP and DP on this tier 2 Olun Valley Dekia Lantern is same as Tier 2 S4S. You need 340 EP and 420 DP, but on this Tier 2 Olun Valley Dekia Lantern, you can get Deboreka earring and any other item that's similar like Tier 2 S4S Dekia Lantern previously. Okay, now I will show you new artifact that they just introduced with this Tier 2 Dekia Lantern. As you can see, this is new artifact that will release in future, and this rough translation for this artifact is Dekia artifact that you can equip it on your gear slot, especially on artifact slot. And this artifact can be equipped using regular character, but cannot be equipped using seasonal character. And the good news, this new artifact, you can register it to Central Market, and previous already mentioned, this price will be very high. But sadly, they didn't mention how much initial price for this artifact. And about this new artifact, this is about defensive artifact, either for damage reduction artifact that contain all damage reduction plus 12, and also plus 250 max HP, and plus 50 stamina. And another version for this Dekia artifact is evasion version that will give you all evasion plus 24, and same amount of HP and stamina as damage reduction artifact. So if you wear double of this artifact, you will get double of this damage reduction or double number of evasion for your character. So total you can get either 24 point all damage reduction or 48 evasion point. And as previous already show previously, both of this artifact you can get it from Tier 2 S4S or Olun Valley Dekia Lantern. And there are some PT system to get this artifact that you can collect 100 pieces Dekia shard and combine it with 1000 pieces Magic Legstone Crystal with 50 pieces signature material, either Powder of Earth to get damage reduction type or 50 pieces Powder of Kervis to get evasion type. And this is how it's look item description for this artifact, either damage reduction type or evasion type. And this is how it's look for PT material that you need to collect 100 pieces this Dekia shard to craft this Dekia artifact. Okay, next about new magic crystal. With this Tier 2 Dekia Lantern, you also can get this new magic crystal. And there are 4 types for this magic crystal, either offensive magic crystal that will give you monster additional attack power plus 6, all AP plus 3, and 3 level critical hit. And another 3 type this new magic crystal, also offensive crystal with some defensive status, especially defensive for strengthen your resistance against special damage, either knockback and floating resistant, knockdown and bound resistant, and also stun, stiffness, and freeze resistant from this crystal. And any other stat you also can get plus 5 additional attack against monster and also all damage reduction plus 3 point. And this is how it's look item description for this new crystal, either offensive crystal and 3 defensive crystal for specific special attack resistance. Okay, next feature update, they also will adjust some terrain on Olun Valley, and this will become special location to use Dekia Lantern on Olun Valley. And number of spot for this Dekia Lantern Olun Valley will increase to become 4 spot for its server channel. And then they also just add some improvement for quest and knowledge, especially for Land of Morning Light Seoul main quest. But I think all of this not too a big deal for us that play outside Korea server, because all this improvement will be implemented directly to our live server when Prebis release Land of the Morning Light Seoul in future. And if you want to know story for Land of the Morning Light Seoul, you can check on this special playlist that I still update each chapter for this main quest Land of the Morning Light Seoul until finish. And for any other minor fix and change, I think all of this not too a big deal. And then at end of this Global Lab website, Prebis just share some picture for concept art Dosa Awakening. As you can see on this screen, this is Dosa Awakening concept art that have yellow color theme. And surprisingly, behind Dosa Awakening concept art, they also just show us 4-leg creature, and this looks like tiger that becomes summoned creature for Dosa Awakening. And if you watch my old video about upcoming male class skill league that I mentioned about Dosa class will have summoned creature like horse. I think horse from this league, Prebis just transform it to become tiger as shown on this concept art and become his companion for Awakening version. And as you can see on this picture, Dosa Awakening will hold some new weapon, but I'm not sure if this weapon is special short sword or dagger or maybe some spear that on this picture got covered with his body. And on another hand, from this picture, as you can see, there are some 4 orb that have multiple color, and maybe this is become part for his awakening weapon or his awakening skill. So maybe Dosa Awakening can control multiple element, not only wind element like his succession. But by seeing this picture, this is remind me about Tamer but male version with different weapon and different type of companion. And let me know your thought about this Dosa Awakening concept art that Praebis just share on this week Global Lab update. What do you think about his gameplay that Praebis will show us in future? And also I want to hear your comment when seeing this picture for Dosa Awakening that will release. And just stay tuned on Chris Poly channel. I will research more detail about Dosa Awakening early when Praebis develop this Dosa Awakening in future. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Doki, Ayrton, Snot, Soren, Afrilka, Elfamilia, Jeff, Stardazet, S Gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This is will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.